Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium and an energetic healer, and I'm so honored to be here on the PARAPOD TV network. Every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, we are live. And we're on the Roku channel and many other places. Please come and find us. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. And please visit my website, which is sheenametalspiritual.com, and look for me everywhere on social media. It's just at Sheena Metal, and that's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. Here's what we do every week. I'm a real psychic medium, and I have real people on the show, and they ask me real questions, and I work to get real messages from Spirit. And we have real conversations, and hopefully we get them real healing and real answers. It's all about being real here. We like to be real. And I like to talk a little bit before the show about something. And I'm going to keep it brief this time. But I just want to say holidays can be hard for people. We're coming up on the holidays. The holidays can be hard. And grief is hard. And sometimes when you react to something, you have to put yourself in someone else's shoes, right? Walk a mile in someone else's shoes, they say. Think about what they're going through. The holidays might not be something that matters to you, or it might be a super fun time with you that's never been sad. But that doesn't mean there's not somebody else that's having a hard time and that's grieving. And you may be a person who gets over loss very quickly, doesn't feel lost much at all, or you may be somebody who has never really lost anybody. But other people out there have. And when we go through life, we're not just looking at what is our thing, right? We're not just looking at how we deal with things. We're not just wearing our me cam that just looks at life from our perspective, because we're here interacting with billions of other people and gazillions of other beings on the earth. And we have to think about how things affect them too. For instance, my cat is a good example. Whenever I cry, and thankfully it's not that often, he gets really, really upset. He runs up, wraps his arms around me, starts to kiss my face, and he looks at me with this little face like, for him, it's the biggest thing in the world. It's like, let's stop everything we're doing and panic because mommy is crying. But for me, sometimes it's not the end of the world cry. It's a little cry or a needed cry or, oh my God, at the moment cry. But I have to remember, for him, it's his entire world unraveling. So I have to be careful to make sure I give him an extra hug, some extra snuggles, because he doesn't understand what it means. He only knows I'm in distress, and he freaks. And we have to think about that. We don't know what someone else is going through. And it's really easy for us to say, oh, well, grief. It's not that big a deal. It's all good. They're not gone. They're still with you. And that's true. But we also have to be sensitive to the fact that everybody deals with loss in their own way. And I lost a best friend a couple of weeks ago, and I've been having a really hard time with it. And I've received some text messages that were like, well, I don't know why you're so upset. You know she's in a better place. Well, of course I know that, but it's still hard. It's like when you're in a relationship and it's toxic and the person dumps you or they cheat on you, and in your mind you're better off without that person, but it still hurts. You're still grieving for the loss of that relationship and for what you thought it was. So think about that before you react. We talked last week about thoughts are things and words are weapons, right? Before you decide to pass judgment on someone else's life, think about what it might be like for them, because we need, on a whole, more total understanding of each other as humans. and more connection on a one-on-one basis. Think about that. And now I'd like to do a message from Spirit.
No.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Who are you and where are you coming to me from, sweetheart?
My name is Kari, and I am coming from Sacramento, California.
Beautiful. And what's your question for me, sweetheart?
Will my daughter make it home for the holidays?
It looks like she's going to get there. It might not be before Christmas, but it looks like she will be there definitely before the New Year. Is that what she's kind of held up?
I know she's working. My family is just hoping that whatever she's looking for, she hurries up and does it and then comes home.
Yeah, like I said, it might not be before Christmas, but it looks like it will definitely be before like the first week in January.
All right. That sounds good.
And I know that's hard to hear because you wanted to hear she's going to be home for Christmas. But think of the holidays as a whole thing, right? It's all
exactly.
the holidays, babe. So anytime that
exactly.
she comes good. And as my mama used to say, we can celebrate Christmas anytime.
That's true. That is so true. Yeah. I like that.
And I wish you the most happy holidays. And I thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, sweetie. Take care.
All right.
Well, that's a happy note, right? Coming home for the holidays. It's nice to start on something. And that's the thing. Be flexible with people in your life. When I was working in corporate radio for CBS Viacom, I would take all the holiday shifts because I was a weekend host. So the way I got to do weekdays was to take holiday shifts. And my mom was so great about it. She was like, honey, we can celebrate Christmas anytime. We can celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. You can come down whenever you're done with your shift and we can have Christmas then. And that's what I would do. I would work Christmas Eve and I would work Christmas Day. And then I would come down Christmas Day night and our Christmas would begin then. And we'd celebrate the next however many days. So it's like super important that we remember to be flexible with those we love. Would we like everyone to come home right at Christmas? Well, sure we would. But maybe the most important thing is that you get to see your person, whoever your person is, and not that it happens at a certain time or in the way that you expect it. I think that's so important that we remember that. It doesn't have to happen in the way that you expect it. It just has to happen, right? All right. We're sending lots of love to Carrie, and I hope her daughter makes it by Christmas, but if not, by the end of the first week of January. So there still is that holiday feeling. Because I don't know about you all, but my Christmas decorations stay out till the middle of January. So, which is good because I'm not really finishing getting them out until today, outside, and tomorrow in the inside. This weekend. I don't know. It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my world, people. All right. Let's do another message from Spirit. I would love that. Hi.
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 Okay.
Who are you and where are you coming
I'm
from?
Debbie. My name is Debbie and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Hi, Debbie. What's your question for me today?
Okay, so I'm going through a lot of things right now. We just sold our house and we need to find a place to lease right away. And I'm wondering if when will I sign a lease, and will we find the right house, and will it be on time, and who is helping me? My spirit guide. I have no idea. I'm so anxious and I don't know why.
Don't be anxious, sweetie. Everything's going to be okay. So when is the deadline that you need to have the house by?
I have to sign a lease by the end of this week.
Okay. It looks good. It's going to be right down to the wire. So don't panic, because it's going to be
the house that I really want, or is it going to be the one that I settle for?
I think it's going to be one that you really want, mostly, but I don't think you're going to realize that it's the one you really, really want until you get into it. You're going to be happy-ish, but then when you get in, you're going to be like, I could not think of anything better. This is the one I want.
I miss my parents and my sister.
I know, sweetie. I know. And this time of year is hard, and moving at this time of year is excruciating, sweetheart. So I understand.
27
Huh?
years, 27 years here. It's really difficult.
Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm sorry. But know that you are being guided. Know that your mama is with you all the time, sweetheart.
And
All the
Dad,
to fix what she's calling the little things, trying to fix the little things, the little details, she said, are the things that sometimes get you. And those are the things that she comes in and tries to soften the blow of. Does that make sense?
yeah, it just feels like really big things. That's all.
I know. I know. Well, the big thing, she says she's letting you handle a lot of the big things. And
My dad, where's Dad?
he's here. He's with her too. He's more quiet than she is. He
And
just
my
kind of
sister,
nods and agrees. But they don't want you to feel like they're not. They're showing me like like this is his hand, this is her hand, and you're in the hands, and they're lifting you up like that.
and my sister, is she happy with them?
Yes, so happy, sweetie. And they miss you. And they know this time of year is hard. And they know you've been going through a lot of real life stuff that's been dragging you down. And sweetie, they're just here to protect you.
And my sister, is she?
She's good. Yeah.
She died suddenly on us.
I know. I know. She hates that she did that. Yeah.
Okay,
She's not happy.
I miss her.
I know, sweetheart. I know. She loves you so much.
I know.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm sending you so much love, sweetie. You take care of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. It's hard. It's hard. The holidays are hard. Loss is hard. Loss at the holidays is extra hard. When you're moving, that feels like a kind of weird loss too. So it just becomes extra hard. Okay? But know that everything's going to be okay. All right? Debbie's going to be okay. Let's send some love to Debbie. It's very holiday themed, but it is loss themed, right? Carrie's loss of her daughter, Debbie loss of the parents, and her sister who died very suddenly. All right. Thank you for people who are texting me right now live and saying that they are sending condolences for my loss. Thank you. It's my first really best friend that I lost. I lost a very good friend 2 summers ago. But this one, I mean, best girlfriend of 30 plus years. It's my first one. I'm very lucky to have them all with me. Very fortunate. But this one is just punch me in the gut. And it does sometimes, right? And at the holidays and when I'm already missing my mom. I mean, you know what I mean? Things compile and we do the best we can to get through everything. We're all just doing the best we can. And hoping it's good enough. That's just being alive on the earth, right? All right, let's do another message from Spirit.
Hey.
Hi. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm April. Good. How are you?
April, hi, April. April, I love your backdrop. It's groovy.
Oh, it's a blanket. My wall was ugly.
I covered my wall with these beautiful draperies, so because it was ugly. What's your question? Where are you from, and what's your question?
I live in Grand Junction, Colorado, and I wanted to ask. A few years ago, one of the family members I was absolutely closest to passed away, and a few months later, I was late at night. I was doing some repairs on a piece of furniture that had been theirs that was given to me, and I had an accident with a power tool and almost ran it through my wrist. And I got up and walked to the other room to get my phone because I thought I needed help and passed out as I was reaching for my phone and fell on the floor. And I felt my heart stop. And I don't know how long I was unconscious, but then I felt my heart start again. Like it felt like something punched me in the chest, and my heart started again. And I started hearing this family member's voice calling out a nickname that, oh, no one outside of my family would have known, and telling me, wake up, wake up. And I did wake up and then found my phone sitting a couple inches from my hand with another voice coming out of it. And it was my boss. And apparently I'd called my mother and my girlfriend both twice, like now ex-girlfriend, but both twice before calling my boss. And then my boss was the one who finally answered. And I couldn't make sense. So I called her back a few minutes later once my brain unscrambled and let her know I was okay. But I genuinely think that that family member was there that night and basically shoved my soul back in my body because it wasn't really my
Absolutely.
time.
And
And
restarted your body and kickstarted
yeah,
your body back to life.
but it's hearing her calling my nickname that she had for me my whole life was the thing that really made me feel like she had to have been there. But I want to know if she's still around, right? I think I sense her all the time. I'm pretty sensitive. I sense other things, but her, it's different.
Sometimes when those that we love pass, they come back as what I like to call a guiding spirit, which means somebody that they're not a spirit guide, because spirit guides are assigned to you at birth, so they can't be on the earth with you. But they're somebody who has passed, and in their passing, they have made the choice to guide you from where they are and be sort of a protector. I believe it's really what we used to call what we call in popular terms a guardian angel, because angels
I think
don't.
my grandfather is mine.
Yeah. So she definitely is one of those. And yeah, and kickstarted you and brought you back and looks out for you. And isn't that the most beautiful thing in the world? I mean, I think it's the best story ever.
It is. It was my grandmother, and we were very, very, very close. And my cousins and I had a strange experience early the morning she passed at the hospital. None of us ever met our grandfather. He died 9 years before I was born, 6 years before any of his grandchildren were born. And we all had an experience that the two cousins that were in the room with us that night, we felt like that was the morning we finally met our grandpa because he was there. And with grandma, she was the most important member of my family to me. She was the one I called. She was the one, you know? And so losing her was one of the hardest things I've ever felt.
I'm so sorry, sweetie, but how beautiful. I'm smiling because how beautiful that when you really needed her, she was the one.
She was. And also, I'm so sorry for your loss as well. I lost my best friend a few years ago, and it's a whole different kind of grief to lose somebody like that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And I'm so thankful that I had her for as long as I did. It was very sudden, which is always hard, right?
Yeah.
And you always feel helpless no matter how much you stayed in contact or how much you love them. You always feel like there's
for sure.
And so I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. And I'm sending you so much love at the holiday. And know your grandma she just sticks with you, and she's not going anywhere because she feels like you still need her so much in your life.
I do. I really do. I don't have a relationship with my mother at this time. And lost one of my aunts 3 days after my birthday this year. And it's been a rough one. And I definitely feel her. I find dimes all the time. And that was a thing with her. And so every time I find a dime, I say, thanks, Grandma. And I pick it up. But,
that's beautiful. My mom was
losing her was hard.
And I find them. I'll tell you an interesting story I think I love. So a couple of years ago, I damaged my knees doing a musical. And I didn't realize how bad they were until one day, one of them I couldn't put pressure on it. And I thought I had gotten that one better. And then as soon as I thought that one was sort of better, the other one went out. And I had this big event I had to go to. And I don't even know how I got there. I was in so much pain. I found my mom's cane and I was using that. And I was literally just every step was agony. And I get to this event and I sit down and I have a box that I bring where people can put prayers in the top. And I nothing was in it except for the little the little pieces of paper you write the prayers on. I took those out. The box was empty. I set it down, and they moved me from one location to another. And my niece was there helping me. And I think she was maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 at the time. And so she picked the box up and she said, there's something in the box. And she's like rattling it. And I said, no, I just looked in there. There's nothing in that box. She's like, no, there's something in the box. And she reached in the box and it was a penny, which is what my mom used to always leave for me. And I looked at it. It was my mom's birth year, 1933.
Oh, wow.
And so I knew
Yeah.
she was like, I got you, kid. And I know the knees are bad because she had the knees too. We're going to get you through this and everything's going to be okay. And sometimes when I feel like I'm alone here, and even I sometimes feel that way, I think about that penny and I remember that she's always with me. So remember about your grandma too with the dimes. It's very intense, sweetie. And you're very
I actually found one that had a hole in it by just sheer luck not long after she passed. And I attached it behind the flower on this necklace that was hers that I wear a lot. So I always have one of Grandma's dimes with me when I'm wearing Grandma's necklace too.
You're always 10 cents richer.
Yeah. And
awesome.
honestly, the finding of dimes has kept me from like running out of gas and stuff when I was having a short week before. I found 30 in one day once.
Wow, she's got you covered. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I was working in a gas station when she passed, and a few months after she passed, someone went to pay me, and I watched a dime fly out of their hand across the room onto the floor.
Wow.
And they were just handing me the change, and the dime just like leapt out of their hand and went rolling across the store. Yeah.
That's so beautiful, sweetie. Thank you for being here with me
today.
Thank you. You take care of you.
Sweetie. You too.
Such beautiful people we have on this show. It never ceases to amaze me. The amount of beautiful people that we have on this show. And I want to thank Tony Sweet, who owns the PARAPOD TV network and its sister station, UBN Go, sister radio station. And I just want to say he's so wonderful and such an old friend. And we're so happy to be a part of this. And my engineer and producer, Emery, I know I call him the wind beneath my wings, but this would be, really, honestly, such a shit show without him. So I'm going to be like, oh, who's next? So glad he's here. And I don't know what I would do without him. And I'm so thankful for him every day. Definitely one of the best things that happened to me in 2023 was him coming on board and helping with these shows and just becoming a closer person in my life. So wonderful. Thank you to those two wonderful men. It's wonderful. I'm so honored to have you as part of my team. Let's do another message from Spirit. I'm ready. I'm ready when you are, people. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad you rescheduled me. I'm really glad to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. Tell us all who you are and where you're coming in from.
I'm Hadley, and I'm coming in from near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful. And what's your question for me, sweetheart?
I have some health stuff coming up at the end of this month, and I'm just wondering if next year is going to have more freedom for me, like if I'm just going to find some more resolve.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. First quarter of next year, so January, February, March, there's still going to be some of the health stuff wrapping itself up. But by the spring, things look better. And the second half of the year looks much more less encumbered from a health problem standpoint. And then 2025 looks great.
Good.
So this has been a lot, I know, but you're kind of coming to the end of this.
Good. As long as I feel like I can finally find some peace and then I know I can find my way from there.
Yeah. I know it's been a lot, right? It's been a lot.
Yeah. I think that I do feel connection though to a lot of people from my family who have passed over though. Just talking about people in the past that have just talked with you, it definitely reminds me that I have a lot of people rooting for me.
Yes. And isn't that great? You're not alone. You have folks that, like I said, they do this, they lift you up. Sometimes they do this, like they got your butt and they're pushing you forward. And sometimes they do this. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, right, that's happening.
Yeah.
They're just listening and letting you know that there's somebody there for you that cares. Sometimes you just need to know that there's someone out there that that listens and cares, and it's so important, because I think people are so busy doing their me thing that a lot of stop and check. It's hard to find the time to check in on everyone you love, but it's important, because I think on Earth sometimes we feel lonely, and the lovely ones that have passed, they have more time to devote to us, because space and time is so relevant there. It's not like it's not linear time, right? An hour is not an hour, so they have a lot more time to spend with us and do their thing there. Whereas so many of us on the Earth here, the time just moves so fast. It's hard to find
Definitely.
time.
I
And
think also just having a kid, you see how quickly time starts going by. Everything speeds up.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Everything's going to be okay, sweetheart. You take care of you, all right? And you keep the faith.
I will. Thank you. I will.
You're really kicking this in the butt, and Spirit is very happy.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, honey.
You too. Thank you so much.
Everybody's so strong and brave. There's so many things in life that we have to do and we have to take care of. And we need to remember, wow, we're strong and brave, and feel good about that. Don't ever doubt how strong you are and how brave you are. What is it? You're stronger than you think and more beautiful than you will ever know. I love that. And that's so true. We all think that we're not cutting it, right? We all think, oh, I could do better. I don't know. I'm not doing all the things I want. I have a to-do list. Oh my God, my to-do list is like the Dead Sea Scrolls. It goes on and on and on and on. And I'm never in my life going to get all that done. But I'm doing the best I can do. And I just try to check. I try to scratch some stuff off the list every day. But yeah, I'm never going to get it all done. So something to think about, not to beat yourself up. It's going to be okay. You got this. And remember how strong you are, and remember how beautiful you are. Remember how accomplished you are. Remember how capable you are. These are all really important things that you need to know. All right? And remember that I am always sending you love. And with that, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, good morning, or well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
And where are you coming from?
My name is Jamie, and I actually live in the Pensacola, Florida area.
Beautiful. Is that gorgeous?
Yes, it is so pretty out right now. It's like 55, 60 degrees. Beautiful.
Wow. Is that Gulf Coast?
Yes, ma'am. We're up in the Panhandle.
Okay, so my beautiful engineer producer Emery is a Gulf Coaster.
Yes.
I love to hear about the weather in Florida. It's very treacherous.
Call me. I'll show you around.
Oh, I would love that. I need to make a Gulf Coast trip. Emery, what do you think? I think I need to come and visit y'all.
Yeah, I think you should, and I'd definitely take you sightseeing.
Oh, well, I would like that. That's fantastic. I'm in.
All right.
What's your question for me today, sweetie?
Well, I have tons, but the one that's, did I make the right decision when it came to my dog in July?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't even hesitate, did I? Yeah. Yeah. And you have to know that that baby is so happy. There's some problems. And I know that it was a very difficult decision to make.
Is she with
me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me what color she was?
She's not showing a color. She just looks white to me. But that's sometimes how they look when her energy is very pure and very white. She doesn't even look like a dog as she comes in. Sometimes they'll show themselves as that, but she's not. She just shows as like just this beautiful white light energy.
So, question, since you just said that, the vet said they thought she had breast cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and something was happening where she had open wounds, and when they sedated her, did she pass on her own?
Yep. Yeah, she had cancer a lot of places. There was a lot of cancer. Yeah, it was a lot of places.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and it was in her blood, and that was
That is so funny that you said that, because I wasn't gonna say it until you said it was in her immune system.
Yeah, it was in her blood and her lymph glands. It spread everywhere. It probably started in the breast, but it had spread everywhere.
Awesome. Now, what can I just ask you one thing? Did my cousin suffer when she got killed in that car wreck?
No. She closed her eyes and opened her eyes, and boom, she was at home.
Okay.
No suffering. Neither one of them suffered.
Perfect. That's all I wanted.
Baby, because she did die when she was under. Because if she had died while she was conscious, it would have been more painful.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It would have been more painful. It would have been gasping for breath, and it would have been, a seizure and a whole bunch of stuff. But she was so out when it happened.
Yeah.
She just drifted away. She kind of felt like okay, so that what she imagined in her consciousness was somebody undid her leash and let her go, and she just walked away. And then kind of backed up. Most people walk forward, but she kind of backed up into the light space, and then she was just there.
Okay. And then Nanny and Momo's good?
I'm sorry?
Nanny and Momo's good?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So question, do they see that I had gotten a tattoo for them?
Yep, they love it.
Can you tell me where it's at?
Where your tattoo is?
Yep.
No, they're not showing me that. Is it on your back?
No.
No, they're not showing me that. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
They died 13 days apart.
Wow. Well, they're laughing because they're saying that they don't even know that they would have wanted you to get a tattoo when they were alive. But now they think it's awesome. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that's actually my husband's grandmother's.
Okay.
Yeah. And if God didn't give it to you, then you shouldn't have it.
Oh, okay. So that is a thing with them. All right. Yeah. Sometimes they're more busy talking to you about stuff like that than they are about like where things are, or they have, that's what they're like laughing, because they're like, we wouldn't have liked that at all when we were live.
So one more thing about my dog. It's going to sound crazy. Her name was Sapphire.
Okay. That's so weird, because I was going to tell you, and then we started talking. She's presenting to me as this white energy with these super bright blue eyes. And I almost asked you if she had blue eyes. But
she actually, I wish I had a picture right here.
So I guess, but maybe Sapphire is why she's presenting with the blue eyes.
She's actually a fawn color blue pit bull.
Oh, I love blue pits. Okay, so that's where the blue is.
Yep. So she's a fawn blue. And her mate is actually back over here, but like 2 months before before Sapphire passed, my husband brought home this puppy. I'm not getting close to it, but as my husband says, I'm crazy, but I feel like her spirit is in this puppy because of the things he does.
Oh, interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I know her mate is now, you can see him aging really quick, and I think she's probably waiting around for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm waiting around for you. You're not ready yet. You're not ready for her to be gone.
I'm not, because I think I seen her like a month or so ago. I went at TMI, but I went in to use the restroom and I heard a dog walk behind me, but there was nobody there.
Mm-hmm. But there was somebody there.
It had to have been Sapphire.
Yep. Yep.
And it's funny because here's her collar.
Oh, beautiful. Well, no, now she feels like white energy with two giant blue eyes.
Oh, awesome.
Sweetie, you're wonderful. Everything's going to be okay. I'm sending you love. All right. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Take care of you. Hi. Yeah. Grief is hard, right? So many people today. It's not just me. It's funny how this show every week develops a theme, even though it doesn't mean to have one. It just does. It's beautiful. And everyone who has been on the show is so beautiful. If you want to be a guest and join the beautiful, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. If you're out of the US, you can WhatsApp me, 1-818-437-0886. And wow, such a beautiful day. And of course, find me on social media. We do a lot there. At Sheena Metal, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. And visit my website, sheenametalspiritual.com. I'd love to do another message from Spirit. Who do we have? Hi.
Hi,
Who are you and where are you coming from, sweetie?
I'm Nikki from Chaska, Minnesota.
Hi, Nikki. It's wonderful to have you here. What's your question for me?
So I was really struggling trying to figure out which one to ask, but I feel like because you guys had me down as Gladys,
Okay.
and
Are you
one
not
of the
Gladys?
things, no, well, it was my birth name, and the
Okay.
only ones that ever really call me that was our family. And one thing that I've been wondering a lot about is my brothers. They both passed away suddenly, back to back.
Okay.
And I guess my question is just wondering if they're around, because like we know my house is haunted. Like it's,
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
but I don't feel them here. Like there's a lot of stuff that happen here, but I never feel them around. So I'm just wondering.
Well, they're not haunting you. You know what I mean?
Well,
Spirits
I don't
that
mean like haunted. I mean, like, I know there's a lot going on here, but I don't feel like they're here.
Yeah,
So
because I think it's different with them. They're not restless or trying to get your attention like a lot of other stuff in your house. They come in to provide support, and more importantly, with the two of them, Nikki, they support you from where they're at. They're sending support from home to you, like a energetic care package. So they don't necessarily need to be in the house. They kind of have your celestial back. Does that make sense?
yeah.
They're supporting you from where they are.
Did my brother David know I was there?
Yes. Yes. And they feel bad. I mean, I know they know they shouldn't, but there's a part of them that feels bad, that they feel like they left you here. And they don't ever want you to feel like you were left.
That makes a lot of sense. That would be just like them too.
Yeah, right?
Feel guilty about leaving us.
Yeah, right, because they felt like they were supposed to be like the protectors of the family.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they were gone, and you were sort of left to fend for yourself, is what they're saying. So they do everything they can to make you feel like you're not stuck here and you're not having to fend for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And there's so much love. One of them is just like a big bear hug energy.
Yeah, he was my younger brother. He was a big giant teddy bear.
Yeah. That's what he's sort of presenting, like a big bear.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's cool.
Not one that's gonna, rip your face off if you don't give him the campfire food. Like
yeah.
a sweet, big, gentle bear energy.
Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, I always wondered. That's one thing we can't get past, because how suddenly they left, and we're always like, we feel so much around us, but we don't feel them. So we always just wonder about them.
Yeah. They're good, and they're protecting. They're looking out for you.
Okay.
They feel like you're very fragile because you're still on the earth. So you live within this fragile body in this fragile place. And they live in a very strong and secure place with not being limited by a body. So they feel like their job is to take care of you.
Yeah, I when I saw that come up here with my name, I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm supposed to ask.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. You did good. And thank you for being here, sweetie. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Another great person. We're doing great every show. We have not had a bad show yet. How many shows have we done? I wonder if engineer producer Emery knows how many shows we've done. We did 8 on the first network, and then we got a chance to move to this wonderful network. And I think, this is maybe is this our 12th? I could probably look that up. I actually have the information. I actually have it at my fingertips. We did 8 of the first shows, right? And then this is, let me see here. Nope, we did 7 of the first shows. And then this one is 18. So we've done 25 shows. 25 of these. So you times that by 8 guests. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of messages from spirit. All right, let's do one more. Hi. Hello. Who are you and where are you coming from? I sure can. Say your name and where you're from.
Are you talking to me, Alex?
I'm talking to you, Alex.
Oh, hey, I'm from Los Angeles.
Beautiful, my friend. What's your question for me?
Pardon? I'm sorry, I'm at a Starbucks and I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
It's the total LA experience. What's your question, Alex?
We're breaking up a little bit here. Let me walk across.
Okay. I know Alex has got a question. If you want to find more about me, Sheena Metal SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. That's my website, SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. If you want to be a guest on the show, 818-437-0886. I think Alex needs to go out and come back in because he's suspended in Los Angeles-ness. And find me on social media. I'm on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, just at Sheena Metal. Hi, are you back? It's weird. You think are you back?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
I sure can. What's your question, sweetie?
I'm sorry.
You know what? You're breaking up really bad again, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Try turning your phone off. Emery, let him know to try turning his phone off and turning it back on. You think in LA we'd have better reception than that, right? But I always blame here because I live on the ocean. So whenever my Wi-Fi gets messed up or my cellular, I always have to remember I'm hanging off the end of the continent. You're back. Can you hear me? Alex?
Can you hear me now?
I sure can. What's your question, sweetheart?
Okay, the question is, are my significant other and I going to live together? We've been both waiting because we both live with our families.
Yeah. And it's good. It's good you've taken some time and not rushed into it right away. I like that you've taken time to have a beginning. But yeah, it looks like by April of next year, you guys will be living together.
Oh, okay. We are just so in love, him and I. And
I love it. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
Dated.
I'm so happy for you, sweetheart.
Sheena.
I'm so happy for you, sweetie. You're still breaking up on me, but I'm happy. And I think that's great. And I love. Look for April, sweetie. And I promise in April.
Okay. God bless. God bless.
Take care, honey. I appreciate you. Thank you, Alex. What a great show. What a great time. I'm Sheena. This is Messages from Spirit. I'm a psychic medium. I'm an interfaith minister. I'm an energetic healer. I'm a paranormal survivor. And I love you all. Come be a guest on the show. Text me 818-437-0886. Until I see you next time, seek peace. Live in a space of love. Lead always with kindness. Embrace unity. The unity of everything unified within you and unity with others. And always work to raise your vibration. And in doing so, you raise the vibration of others around you and then the vibration of the everything, which is so beautiful. And most importantly, always remember that you are love and you are loved and you are loved by me. Thank you to PARAPOD TV Network. Thank you to Tony Sweet, to my engineer and producer, Emery, to all of my wonderful guests today. We'll be back next Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. I'm Sheena Metal. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself and be loved.